I am very excited to have on the show my next guest. This particular person created this particular product, her products, while she was in the military. And during her years of service, she decided to create her own natural skin care to address her dry skin issues. Now, I've seen the pictures of her in the military, and I didn't see any dry skin. So obviously, she was using the products well, and it did some great things with or for her. After many years of trial and error and education, mentorship, she was able to develop this highly developed, effective products. And so I would like to welcome to the show Miss Rolande Sumner. Rolande Sumner, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Outstanding.
And it's Rolanda.
Oh, it's Rolanda. Okay. Now,
Yes.
you have a very unique spelling. Let me explain my mistake. But it's Rolande at the end. It's an E at the end. So thank you for correcting me, Rolanda Sumner. But again, thank you for coming on the show. And you're actually calling from, correct me if I'm wrong, this is South Carolina, right?
Yes.
Okay.
In Powdersville, South Carolina.
Outstanding. Now, explain to everyone the branch of service you were in and what the MOS was that you served in, or military occupational specialty.
I was active duty Army National Guard, and my job was a 42 Alpha Human Resources NCO or a sergeant, and I was also an 88 Mike heavy vehicle operator.
Oh, much respect. You with that particular job, you guys spent a lot of time in the field, so
Yes.
much respect on that one.
Thank you.
Yes, most definitely. I was an air defense artillery, so I was able to see what you guys are doing out there because we had to spend some time out there as well. But when it comes to starting a business, though, what were your deciding factors for starting a business?
Well, you know what? It was my sister's idea, and for years while I was serving, I said, no, I don't want to do it. I can't. I don't have time. I kept talking myself out of it. And then I got deployed, and as we both know, when you're overseas, you start to really think about what you want to do in your life. And when I got home, I was like, I need to do this. And a little, like maybe a year and a half or 2 years later, I retired. And right before my retirement, I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then I got scared. I got a regular job, and it didn't work out. So while I was wiping my tears away because I had gotten terminated, I woke up one day and was like, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to start my own business. And the rest is history.
Outstanding. And being deployed, again, there's a lot of time on your hands, a lot of time to think. But you said this something that kind of woke me up. You said that you were a little apprehensive about starting the business. I mean, what were some of your fears that you were thinking of as far as starting a business, though?
Well, I felt like I needed to be perfect, and what if I fail? If I fail, I'm going to lose everything. And then I didn't. Then I just kept coming up with just useless excuses, like I don't have enough money, I don't have enough time, I don't. And eventually, I was just like, well, people start businesses without any money. I could just do it one product at a time. And of course, you have time for anything you want to do. So I'm just going to make time to do this. And, failure is part of it. So I'm just going to get over it and do it.
Yes. And I'm sure being a non-commissioned officer, you brought a lot of that to the business as far as leadership, the characteristics of a leader and things of that nature. But how did you decide what type of business to create, though? Did you have a lot of businesses going through your head, or were you very specific in that area?
I had just the body butter. I had made my own body butter, and I was talking to my sister, and she lives in Massachusetts, and she makes her own, and she was selling it, just to different friends as a favor. And she's like, oh, let's get started. And from that point on, I didn't think about really anything else. So So it wasn't, to me, there was no other option as to what I was going to do. I didn't do any business research. I didn't even think that you could do, I didn't even think I would do something else because I have so much enjoyment creating
Yes.
and making body butters. And it was so useful for me. I was like, who wouldn't want this? So
Very
I was
good.
like, okay, this is going to be it.
And shout out to your sister because you can mention what you plan on doing to some people, and some people just take the idea and run with it and still your idea. But you guys teamed up and supported each other, right? Your sister.
She wasn't ready to start it with me,
Uh-huh.
so she gave me the blessing to go ahead and start it without her. But I do look to her for some advice, and
Yes.
from testing out something new, I know she's going to give me very candid advice, like, no, that's terrible, start over. And I keep her involved how I can, and so she's still involved, but just in a very supportive manner.
Okay. Now, we actually have about a little less than 2.5 minutes left before the next, or actually 2 minutes before the next break. Would you mind doing 2 more segments with us after I ask you this next question? Okay, very good. I wanted to ask you, though, to describe Butter Angels, the products and the territories when it comes to distribution for your products.
Well, I make a few products. I don't have a large line. I make body butters, lotion bars, and facial serums. I did have a lip moisturizer on the market as well. And they're all handmade. I use ingredients from South Africa, Indonesia, and the North America region. And right now I'm only in one retail store, Foodie's Farm Shop in Greer, South Carolina. But I'm also online, so you can find me on my website. You can find me on my Facebook page. I'm starting to look into doing more farmers markets and trade shows and stuff. And I announce those on my Facebook page. You can find me on my social media, Twitter, Instagram.
Very good, very good. We're actually down to the 1 minute mark before the next commercial, but repeat share with us your contact information, the Facebook, or even your email, web address for the company.
You can find me at butterangels.com, BUTTERANGELS.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Butter Angels, Twitter at Butter Angels, and Instagram at Butter Angels.
Very good, very good. And I actually looked at the website throughout the week, and you were wrong for taking that photo, by the way. I know you're in the field, but it looked like you guys are just relaxing out there, but that's the wrong way to be going.
No, I was excited to get on the road.
Okay. So obviously that was the end of the deployment or the end of the field problem?
It was actually right before we got on the road, and it was like in the middle.
Oh.
And we were all, how you're close and you're excited, and
yes.
you don't care if you get blown up.
Yes, I remember those days. All right. Now, you did mention some of the things that were, tough when it came to starting the business, but what was some of the most challenging things you experienced after you started the business, though?
Well, first of all, I didn't plan. I thought I had a business plan, but it was like a scratch piece of paper, so I didn't really plan. So I grossly underestimated how much it would cost.
Oh, okay.
You need money to feed into the business, and then there's expenses that if you don't know any better, you don't account for.
Right.
But then also time. I still work a job, so I do my business when I'm not at work, like at my traditional job, and so it takes a lot of time. I wouldn't want to do anything else, though, but it needs money and it needs time.
Yes. But at least you wrote it down, though. You said that it may not have been a complete business plan, but you at least wrote the vision and you made it plain, as they say, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of people say most things don't come to fruition if you don't write it down. In other words, your goals. So you've done that.
I believe that. It seems it's true. Like, even if you start off with a little piece of paper, it's almost like committing it to yourself.
Yes.
That you are going to do this if you put it on paper, because now it's open for people to see. So definitely write it down and get help from. There's so many organizations that want to help veterans.
Most definitely. Now, I have to ask you this. Are you originally from South Carolina, though?
No, I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts.
I knew it. We're actually sticklers for accents over here, and I did not pick up any South Carolina accents at all. Okay.
Converted Southerner.
Outstanding. Now, as far as Butter Angels itself, where do you see your business, say, maybe 5 years from now? Where do you see it growing?
In 5 years, I'm working towards the goal of having my own warehouse with anywhere between 6 and 12 employees. And I'm hoping to be in at least one AFES.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's ambitious.
Yes.
That's my goal.
Outstanding. That would definitely work out. I do realize even in VA, you can actually have booths and things of that nature set up, but they do want you to have your booth set up. I believe it's 2 to 3 days long or 5 days long. But if it's only on the weekends, you would have to have it between some certain hours there too. So I can definitely see how that works out.
I'm gonna look into that. Thank you.
Yes, and definitely check into the. This always slips my mind, but when it comes to the government contracting, get with your local SCORE. SCORE. They're a free organization, by the way. Retired executives for businesses, they actually give it free advice, but they can actually show you how to get on that vendors list when it comes to the government contracting.
Thank you. I'm working on my Duns and Bradstreet number right now.
Outstanding. Now, how can folks get in contact with you one more time when it comes to Butter Angels? What was the website again?
It's Butter Angels, BUTTERANGELS.com. They can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Butter Angels. And they can also call 864-986-GLOW, GLOW.
GLOW. Mm-hmm. Now, you did mention Facebook again.
Yes.
Okay. Now, so when it comes to social media, is that the only one that you plan on being on? I didn't hear the LinkedIn, as far as LinkedIn. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I have other social media outlets, but I'm more present on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yes.
So I try to mention the ones that you'll see me on an almost daily basis. But I am on LinkedIn under Butter Angels, and you can find me on Pinterest as well. Pinterest.
Okay. Very good. Now, one thing that impressed me about your website, you do have testimonials.
Yes.
Testimonial and reviews. Now, the testimonials and the reviews, have any of these come from soldiers that you were stationed with while you were in?
No, but they have come from other military, other veterans.
Yes.
When I left the military, I kind of associate or talk to a few people, but not a great deal. I moved out the area, but I do have a good military customer base.
Yes, most definitely. And I do notice that that there is a possibility of receiving a 10% discount, and that's by simply signing up for your newsletter, right?
Yes. If you sign up for my newsletter, you'll get a code via email, and it's a 10% discount on any order over $20. It's really easy on my site.
Yes.
And then every week I send out a newsletter.
And again, that you do have local delivery, and you can folks can actually order online. So quite possibly all throughout the world, people can actually order and get their deliveries. But I wanted to talk to you about other products. We talked about what you plan on doing, maybe 5 years from now. But are there any other products you feel yourself branching off into besides this particular product? I want to delve deeper into body butters. I really want to expand that. I know when I was overseas,
I really love thick body butters for my skin and my hair. A lot of times I would just use the same thing on both. And so I'm going to delve deeper into that and create body butters that you can use both on your skin and your hair. And body oils. I love body oils.
Oh, very good. Okay. Now, I did not ask you about the fragrances that comes with the butters. Are you delving into the fragrances, or are these just one natural ingredient? You just stick with the natural ingredients?
Well, I have 3 different fragrances right now, and that's lavender, lemongrass, and rose. And then the facial serum is a combination of different floral essential oils. Right now, I would like to stay, more with the natural essential oils. However, it's really up to my customers. And so if they email me or message me in any way and say, hey, can you look into some other fragrances? We want something fruity or whatever. Of course, it's really up to what they want. And, I'll shift gears.
Right.
If enough of them say shift gears.
And that's what I want to go into in our last and actually final segment. And that's as far as creating what you call handcrafted favors. We're talking party favors and things of that nature, but you're customizing what people can order on your website. Explain the favors and how that's set up. I understand there's, I think, a 3-step process, right?
Yes, and basically the favors, I feel very passionately that if you're going to create an experience, it needs to be from beginning to end.
Yes.
You put all your money into the wedding, the invitations, everybody's getting ready for it, they're having a good time, they're drinking, and then you get to the end and you leave and you're left with something that you're going to throw away in the trash. It has your name on it.
Yes.
It has, you spent money on it, so why not get something that is useful, that will carry on that feeling, that experience for a few more days or weeks, like skincare products.
And speaking of skincare products, you guys are, and I've never even heard of this before until I visited your website and did some research, but it's Leaping Bunny certified. So this is some good stuff here.
Yes, Leaping Bunny is it's an organization. It's a program from the CCIC, and basically they advocate for animals. So they ensure that none of the ingredients are animal tested.
Very good, very good. And we were talking during the break. One thing I failed to ask in the beginning of the show, and that's by way of advice for a veteran who's seeking to start their own business. But you've braved the waters of entrepreneurship, and you jumped right in, started your business. But what would be some great advice for a veteran who wants to start a business now?
Well, it comes in 2 parts. First of all, when you're on the way out the door, they kind of tell you what you're going to do. And if you do mention entrepreneurship, they expect you to already have something in the works, or they're looking at you like you're crazy, and they're trying to steer you into something they think you should do. And so the first part is you can do anything you want. Like, if you don't want to go into the career that you've been doing or the task that you've been doing while you were in the military, you don't have to. And the second part is, and I've gotten this advice from the CEO of IBN, Indie Business Network, Donna Marie Johnson, and she said, figure out what you want to do, what you want your life to be like. So, do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to make just enough money to live comfortably? Figure out what you want your life to be like, and then design your business to accommodate what you want your life to be like. So,
very good.
If you don't want to work on Saturdays, then make your business so you don't have to work on Saturdays.
Oh,
but
say that. Yes. Everyone enjoys their Saturdays. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh, you're the architect, so you make your business the way you want your life to be like, not the way everybody else is doing their business or how they think it should go.
Yes. Outstanding. Well, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. And you're actually part of a Woman Veteran Network as well. It's an organization for business owners. Go ahead and give everyone a gist of that, because one of the great things about starting a business is that there is support out there, and there are mentors, and sometimes the organizations that you're with, they have the very mentors that you need to start your business or any other venture you have. But explain the organization you're a part of.
Minority Women Veterans Organization, and it's a wonderful organization, predominantly for minority women who are veterans, and they're trying to make the transition out of the military. And anything you want to do, they will try to make steps and lead you in the way to help you with that, so that you don't feel lost or alone. So if you want to be a model, if you want to be an artist, if you want to own your own business, if you want to just get a regular 9-to-5, they give you support. They lead you in the right directions. They help you network. So they're a very good organization when you're trying to transition. You know what you want, but you just don't know how to get there. They're excellent support.
Very good. Very good. Now, for our listeners, one more time, give them the website and, give them the website. And also, if we can go into the process after you give that number, when it comes to your ordering.
So you can find me at Butter Angels, ButterAngels.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at Butter Angels. And if you would like, you can also call me at 864-986-GLOW, GLOW.
Outstanding.
And then the process, to make a traditional regular order, you can go online at butterangels.com and click on the product you want, and add it to your cart, pick your shipping, and it will be sent out. Very good.
Very good. I really appreciate you calling in all the way from the great state of South Carolina, even though that's not your original home. But we really appreciate you. And also, thank you for your service as well. United States Army retired, Rolande Sumner, owner, operator of Butter Angels. And again, touch on the name of the organization again and how people can get in contact with that organization when it comes to women veterans wanting to start their own business, the organization you're part of.
Yes, the organization is called Minority Women Veterans Organization. And you can find them on Facebook, and you can also find them online at minoritywomenveterans.org. They're an excellent resource. They're on Twitter. I believe it's Minority WV.
Okay.
But
outstanding.
Easy to find. They're awesome.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much again for calling in. And again, we're actually talking to Rolande Sumner. She's the owner, operator of Butter Angels.